Good day to all. This is the seventh lecture in the calculation of woven fabric costing. We have already seen calculations related to warping, sizing, and a few related to week V. We saw on quick cost, yarn requirements, and the uh, calculation of cloth cost per meter. Now, in this problem, we will see how to calculate the selling price along with all the preparatory process cost available. How to calculate the selling price. Look at this problem. In this, we need to find the selling price of the woven fabric. Let us see the given data written in Excel form for the calculation purpose. The fabric order is 5000 meters. The width of the fabric is given in inches 45. The units have to be very carefully dealt with. Uh, the warp count and weft count both are hundreds as it is given already. It is a very thin fabric. And the warp count, warp crimp is 8 percentage, weft crimp is 6 percentage, EPA 90 and PPA 85. So next the cost and the waste details are given. The yarn cost, both warp and weft yarn are totally 230 rupees. The warping cost per meter of woven fabric is 1.8. The warping wastage is 0. The sizing cost per meter is 2 rupees. The sizing cost per meter of woven fabric, it is given in terms of the woven fabric at the final stage. Sizing wastage is also 0. The best cost is given as pick rate 0.19 rupees, and fabric wastage is 2 percentage. The fabric waste is sold at rupees 15 per meter, and the profit percentage is 15. We need to find the selling price per meter of the fabric with the available data. Let us look into the yarn requirement and the cost calculations. So it has to be done in two steps. First is the yarn requirement calculation, weft yard and warp yarn, and then the cost calculations. So in the cost calculations, we have three steps. First is the material cost, and next is the conversion cost, and the third step in the cost calculation is the total cost calculations, and finally the total price of the fabric. So this is how it has to be approached. So first yarn requirements, then the cost calculations. In the cost calculation, first material, then conversion cost, and finally the total cost calculations. Let us look into the steps one by one. So first is the yarn requirements. In the yarn requirements, first let us look into the cloth requirements, and then the warp and weft. So first is the order, fabric order, that is already given in the question, 5000 meters. The fabric width is also given. It is 1.143 meters. It is not given in meters. It is given in inches. So we are converting the same into meters. So this both are to be in the same unit for the cost calculation purposes. And the warp count, uh, we are converting into two ticks. So the warp and the weft count both are 100. So the warp count and the weft count both in ticks will be the same. So it is 5.905. So it is a very fine yarn. The fabric wastage is given. This wastage is for both warp and weft. So the fabric wastage is given in the question to be 2 percentage. So we have already known the formula for the uh, wastage calculation. So the fabric wastage is 100 because it is 2 by 100 into the order quantity, which is uh, 5000 meters. 5000 into 2 by 100. So we get the fabric wastage of 100 meters. We are separately calculating the fabric wastage because we have second selling. So we need to know how many meters cloth is wasted. Or else we can, if only yarn requirements, we can calculate the total length of fabric to be produced. This wastage step is for the second's revenue calculation. So the fabric to be produced along with wastage is 5000 plus 100. So it is 5100 meters. So total meters to be produced is 5100. So the total number of ends in the fabric. So the EPA is given as 90. We know the cloth width is 1.143 meters. So EPA into cloth length and into 39.37, we get the total number of ends, or we can multiply directly EPA into the fabric within meters because it is given in inches already. So ends per inch into within inches, we get the total number of ends directly. So number of picks per meter of fabric. So number of ends per meter of fabric. Here per meter and the other remains the same because the number of ends is throughout. So the number of ends is not calculated per meter. It is for the total width of 1.143 meters. So because we are going to calculate everything on length for the total length, so the width is not done per meter. Six per meter, if it is calculated, we can multiply into the cloth length in meter because we know the cloth length to be produced in meters. So it is pix PPI into this PPI 85 into 1 meter into 39.37. So we get this number of picks. 39.37 into 85 is this value. So this is the number of picks per meter. Next is the total length of a bar required for 1 meter length of fabric. With this 1.143 meters, the length is 1 meter. So for producing 1 meter of fabric, what is the length of warp required? So it is the total number of ends into 1 plus crimp percentage. So additionally, along with the crimp, you can see for this calculations in the warp yarn requirements. Also, it is already seen, so I'm not going into the details here. It is also in meters. Similarly, the total length of weft in 1 meter of fabric. So we know the number of picks in 1 meter. So picks in 1 meter into crimp percentage. It is the the formula and details we already saw in the warp and weft yarn requirements. You can watch that also. So it is the value is 4054.5. It is nothing but the number of picks in 1 meter into with the fabric into 1 plus crimp percentage, 6 divided by 100. So we get the value of 4054.5. Again this in meters. So we have now found the two important values, the length of the fabric, length of warp and length of weft. So easily using the count, we can calculate the total length of total weight of warp in 1 meter of fabric and total weight of weft in 1 meter of fabric. So this is done already in the GSM calculations. So we this into the count uh, divided by count in text 5.905 divided by 100, we get the warp weight. Left weight is 4054.5 into 5.905 divided by 1000, we get both. So both we get in grams. So we can calculate the weight of warp for this order. So it is uh, in kgs. So the grams divided by 1000 into the order quantity. 5000 into 25.83 divided by 1000, we will get the warp yarn requirements. Weft yarn 23.94 into uh, the fabric to be produced with wastage. So 5100 divided by 1000, you will get in kgs. I told for warp as 5000, it is not 5000, it is 5100. Because along with wastage, we need to find the warp and weft yarn. So this is an important value. So we have arrived at the warp and weft yarn requirements. This we have already seen in the earlier calculations too. Similarly, we have done here also. So with this the warp and weft yarn requirements are over. So let us go into the cost calculation. So first is the material cost. So we know the warp yarn cost for this for 1 kg. Warp and weft both are um, hundreds. So the yarn cost is given, single value is given 230 rupees. So we know the kgs of warp and weft yarn along with wastage. So the warp yarn and weft yarn cost for this order is 131.725 into 230 is 30,296 rupees. And next the weft yarn 122.10 into 230, we get this value. So we have arrived at the warp and weft cost. So from this we can find the total material cost. This is the warp and weft cost sum. So we have got that value to be 58,380.6 rupees. So this is the material cost for this order. Next is the conversion cost per meter of fabric. So weaving cost is given per pick. Weaving cost per meter, pick rate into PPA. Pick rate is 0.19 into PPA is 85. So 85 into 0.19, we will get the weaving cost per meter of fabric, which is 16.15 rupees. So with this, we can calculate the then let us calculate the sizing cost for this order. Sizing cost per meter is already given in the question as rupees 2, which is already given in the question. And also the warping cost per meter is also given as 1.8. So the total conversion cost per meter of fabric is the sum of these values. So it is 19.95. 16.15 plus 2 plus 1.8. It is all are in rupees. So the conversion cost for the order including wastage, because all these are to be produced with the wastage. So 19.95 into the value along with wastage, it is 5,100 meters. 5,100 into 19.95. So we get a value of 1,01,745 rupees. So this is the conversion cost for this order. Material cost and conversion cost for the order is found out. The material cost here is lower. Usually it will be higher because here we use a very fine thin fabric. The material cost is lower and the conversion cost is higher. So let us go on to the total cost calculations. Before which we need to know on the revenue through waste selling. So we have the total cost for the order before adjustments. Before adjustment for the second selling is the total material cost, and let us highlight this because this is the important cost. This let us have it in black. So the total material cost 58,380 and the conversion cost 1 lakh 1,745. So it is the sum of these two 1,60,126. So revenue from weaving waste. Weaving waste we have calculated already the fabric wastage. I'm highlighting that and removing the highlight here. So it is 100 meters of the fabric is wasted, and the second selling price is rupees 15. So 15 into 100 we get 1,500 rupees as revenue. So fabric wastage in meters into fabric second selling. So this is the formula. So from this the total conversion not the total conversion cost, total cost for the order. It is 1 lakh 60,126 minus 1,500. This is a revenue, so has to be subtracted. So we get 1,58,626. So the total cost per meter of fabric is rupees 13.73. So how shall we do that? It the divisor here is not 5,100. It is here the order quantity, because we have to include all the wastages also here. So the cost for the wastages cannot be done for the we cannot incur those costs. It has to be given to the supplier. So we are dividing here by 5,000 to find the actual cost to produce 1 meter of fabric, because it has its wastages. Next is the profit for the total order. So this is for per meter, and profit for the total order is this value into profit percentage, which is 15% is the profit here. So 1,58,626 into profit for the into 15 by 100, we get this rupees. All are in rupees. Now the profit per meter. So the profit per meter is dividing by 5,000 the order quantity, not the order quantity with wastage. It is excluding the wastage, because we cannot charge for the wastages for the customer. So we have to divide, and we have to find it. So the total price for the order finally is the cost plus profit. We get this one, and the per meter cost is this. So this cost per meter plus profit per meter. So we get both the values finally with the. This is how you calculate the price for an order with the available values in the industry for pick rate, for weaving cost, for sizing cost per meter, and if you have some second selling, how to accommodate all those things and find the final selling price for the order and for the per meter of fabric. Thank you.